What up, though, everybody? Thank you for listening and watching another episode of Three Raw Podcast. This is CJ,
That's Rob.
and then we got our special guest in the building. He was here on last episode, but now he's here this week. Now welcome, Darren Walls. Darren Walls, what's going on, man?
Shoot, chilling, man. How y'all living out there?
Doing good, man.
Can't complain.
You know, we was talking about part 1 and part 2 in the last episode, so we had to bring you right back for another your perspective on episodes 3 and 4 of The Last Dance. Mm-hmm. I really liked that. I was really impressed with your perspective on how you feel about part 1, part 2. So I had to bring you back, man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Have you watched it? Did you watch it like the first night or anything like that?
Oh yeah. I watched it the first night, and actually I watched it part 2, or rather part 3 and 4. You know what I'm saying? This following week and whatnot, and I'm locked in. I'm pretty much locked in unless I got something else to do, which I doubt. But I'm locked in, and these have just been some great episodes, man. A lot of information out here. This is educational.
Yeah, they touched on Dennis Rodman's life, and I kind of figured that because remember the documentary they had about the Bad Boys for 30 for 30?
Yeah.
Was like a year ago, 2 years ago, something like that.
2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. Yep.
And they touched on the Bad Boys documentary. They touched on Dennis Rodman's life, and a lot of people didn't know Dennis Rodman was an introvert. I mean, I know he had an extroverted personality, like in a public eye, because of course all the controversy on the partying and all that shit, prima donna shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like deep inside, he was an introvert. If you really was like into like Dennis Wright, if you really know him, you would know like he was an introvert. He got a lot of shit going on in his life, and that made him the person that he is now. And I see, watching Dennis going from the bottom of the barrel to going all the way up to the top. It's like very inspiring story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially coming here to Detroit, and Detroit is like a what would you call it, like a blue collar city?
Sort of, kind of, definitely in the 80s.
Yeah. It was a blue-collar city. Everybody was working hard, hard-nosed people. And Dennis Rodman fit that identity that we needed, especially for the Pistons.
Yeah,
we had Isaiah, Joe D, Benny Johnson, Bill Lambert, Rick Mahorn. I could go on and on and on. But Dennis Rodman, I think if we didn't have Dennis Rodman, man, on the bench, I would say on the bench, because we had a good starting five.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like bench production, if we didn't have him on the bench besides Vinny Johnson, we probably wouldn't go that far.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to hear your little bit like perspective on like how you feel about the documentary. Well, as far as like Dennis Rodman part.
As far as Dennis part, man, it was great, man, to be honest, man. Like a good story to hear, man. Like after he was released from the Pistons, instead of him just, into the abyss or whatever, falling off, and he had a couple of, down seasons in San Antonio, but, him and, what's his name, David Robertson, didn't really mesh,
Yeah.
They ended up trade him off, which was a big risk for Jerry Krause and them, and especially with the history with the Bad Boys. A big risk for Jerry Krause to pick him up and, get this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you hear about his life and whatnot, like me as far as like watching basketball players, I expect them to have a certain professionalism and, way that they carry themselves or whatnot. There's nothing wrong with going out with partying and, having fun for yourself and whatnot, but this is wild to hear that, like, dog, this man for a vacation.
Right. he asked for a vacation, then like Bill Jackson was like, I'm gonna give you 48 hours. I'll give you 48 hours. Then he came
Man,
back, what, how many days later? Like 90, 80 days? Not 80 days, like 80 hours or some shit like that.
yeah, like damn near a week. He gone damn near a whole week, man. Like, you know, you and they send Jordan after him, dog. Like that's like
Right.
you would probably hear about maybe the coach, maybe an agent or somebody or something, you know, going to get somebody or a relative, a friend or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but then it goes to show you right there what type of part. Jordan wanted that. He wanted it, man. Like, come on, man, let's go. Let's get this, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And to give Dennis credit too. Like I say, not taking away from, because like you know, like I say, that's wild. But to come back, and that's amazing to me, to sit up here and you ready. You just ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? You in shape, you ready to run, you ready to jump, you know what I'm saying?
That was a crazy ass story, bro.
Yeah, like, and
When he
then
came back, though, that was crazy.
you hear the story too. Like, also one of my favorite parts is like he had rebounding science, man. Like, it's crazy, you know. He broke down like Isaiah Thomas, you know what I'm saying, was at a practice with him one day or whatever. You know, he was like, hey man, come on, get in this layup line. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. And he like, no, I'm gonna sit back and watch y'all. He like, sit back and watch y'all? What you mean? Dennis was sitting up there watching how the ball was coming off the rim. And what he was doing was basically studying how the ball came off the rim. And he did that for like throughout his years of his career so much, and studying film and whatnot. He knew how Isaiah shot was going to come off the rim, how Joe D shot was going to come off the rim, how Jordan shot was going to come off the rim. And this is just so wild to me. Like, he did this, and he did this for so many years. And you go and you can even Google and look up the stats. The man led the league in rebounding for 7 straight years. Nobody in the history of the league has done no shit like that before.
Not even like Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell, Kareem, and all them guys, man.
Right. You see them
and
guys.
Them fucking giants, you know?
Yeah, you go and you look up their stats, like, damn, you know, Wilt, you grabbing damn near 30 rebounds. Like, what? And then you see Rodman or whatnot, and that's what he's doing. Then you even look at Rodman's stat lines and whatnot, 28, 29 rebounds, stuff like that, 4-5 blocks. You know what I'm saying? And see what another thing people sleep on is how Dennis, well, not that it wasn't just his rebounding and whatnot and his blocking, but he talked you out your game, and like for real. Like, he really got into it with you. You know, you throw a ball, he throwing balls back. You know what I'm saying? And he was wild, you know what I'm saying and doing all that, you know, that little suspect stuff he was doing out there. So I can only imagine just playing against him. He doing some crazy stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Smacking niggas on the ass and shit.
Smacking on the ass, right.
Like, what is you doing, bro?
Oh,
you know,
man.
Anybody off that game, like, this dude, you know what I'm saying? This dude is really wilding right now, man. Kicking the cameraman, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was wild, bro. He was real wild, man.
He was. But that's what I really admire about Dennis Rodman's game. Like, he don't have to go in there and score. He just all he gotta do is defend the ball and rebound, pretty much. And that's what he did. I mean, that's another thing about Dennis Rodman. That he know his role in his on the team. He could lead a team, but he could lead a team in different ways, and that's what he did. And I was hoping that, looking at it as an older guy now, I'm like, man, I wish the Pistons could have kept him and kept Chuck Daly, because Chuck Daly kept the team, you know, intact. And I noticed, like, watching these documentaries, even the Bad Boys documentary a year ago to now, to The Last Dance, I noticed that Dennis Rodman once you have a tight-knit relationship with a coach or particularly players, he'll start to bring his game on. Because as you've seen, like, over the years, he played for the Mavericks, the Spurs, and all them teams that he played for. He wasn't there for a long time. He ain't had a good relationship with the players or the coaches.
Right.
And go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you. I was about to say, because they didn't understand him, or they, you know, that you had to let him be him. You know what I'm saying?
And because, like, you know, Phil Jackson was a free will type person. Chuck Daly was, in a way. not really Chuck Daly, from what I seen, but I think but Dennis Rodman looked at him as a father figure, and he knew that what he needed, and I think that's what Dennis Rodman really needed in his life during that time in his life when he didn't have nobody. So what's your take on this, Rob, as far as like the Dennis Rodman part?
I'm basically agreeing with both of what you fellas talking about, man. You know what I mean? And it's real interesting, like you said, CJ. Him, being like a emotionally leader. Like we saw a sort of degree with Ben Wallace in 04. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
with the Pistons. Yep. Like Ben Wallace ain't going out there giving you 20 points a game or nothing like that, or not even, but he gonna give you, solid 12, 13 rebounds, maybe a couple blocks, maybe a steal, you know what I mean? But and like that's sometimes what these teams need, you know what I mean? Like what Dennis brought to the table, it's like it's so hard to duplicate. You feel me?
Exactly. Let's see what else. On the show, on the documentary, they also talk about Phil Jackson's philosophy. I remember last game we was talking about the previous coach that pretty much invented the triangle defense.
Tex Winter.
Tex Winter. Because we couldn't think of his last name for shit. So
right.
I'm like, damn. And he was like I think Phil Jackson was his assistant coach or whatever. And he pretty much learned the triangle defense. And I thought that was very interesting. And also, Phil Jackson's life as well. I know he was like this hippie type person. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to add this on to that right quick, and I'm going to let you finish.
Go ahead.
One thing that was kind of interesting, if you pay attention, Tex and Phil was up under Doug. And they kept trying to basically add in basically Tex the triangle offense when Doug Collins was there.
Doug Collins. Yeah.
Right. And I didn't know that. It was interesting to find out that basically Doug Collins didn't want it. You know what I mean? His style of coaching was basically centered around Jordan. Now, granted, I do respect Doug because I understood where he was coming from. When he got there, Jordan became the MVP. He became the scoring champ. He became the defensive player of the year. He led the league in steals. He was the All-Star Game MVP, but they wasn't winning. So, yeah, your system was basically around making Jordan shine, but that triangle was going to be developed to make the whole team shine. But, yeah, go ahead, CJ.
Yeah, I was basically about to say that as well. You pretty much would say what I was going to say anyway. What you about to say, Darren?
I was about to say also, too, to throw in there on Rob, you forget, too, bro, like he didn't want to take that risk because that triangle offense was new. It's been done before, but not done in the NBA yet on the level. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Right.
They wanted to, you know what I'm saying? That was something done, I think, in college, I believe. And it was a new style of play. It was something different and whatnot. And he just didn't want to take that risk. And like you say, think about it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Y'all was making the playoffs. Y'all, Jordan MVP, you know what I'm saying? He getting these defensive player of the year accolades and all this stuff. You know, this is your money maker, your bread maker and whatnot. That's kind of hard to sit up there to like, damn, all right, here goes something, and it's new, ain't been done before. You know, I was at Doug Collins, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying, too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that, but ultimately, you end up seeing what happened, whatnot. You know, what made him famous? He put the ball in Mike's hand. Phil, he came along and takes the ball out of his hands and whatnot and utilizes the team more and whatnot, and it made him kind of worried. Even Jordan said it himself. He was skeptical of it. Like, damn, you trying to take the ball out of my hands?
Right. Yeah, he wasn't. He was worried about him at first. He said that. What did he say about Phil Jackson? He didn't like him at first, whatever like that. But then once they knew about each other, then they started having a great relationship. I think without their philosophy of play, the triangle defense, you probably wouldn't hear too much about Scottie Pippen. You probably won't hear too much about Steve Kerr or BJ Armstrong and shit like that. And I think, have everybody join together, that makes them win like 6 championships. You know, I would love to see Michael Jordan win like 8 championships if he didn't retire that 1 year and shit. 2 years and shit like that. But I mean, it is what it is. Another interesting part about Phil Jackson's life. About Phil Jackson was he only played like a few years in the NBA.
Yep.
But after those out of those few years, he was like very aggressive and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said he was more like he sort of kind of played and reminded them of Dennis Rodman in the 70s.
Yeah.
Remember
they said that.
I didn't even know that. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy as hell. And then watching these highlights, I'm like, oh, okay. And then he won like 2 championships with the Knicks.
Yep.
No, that shit crazy, bro. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, that shit crazy. Let's see what else. What other interesting parts y'all think about the documentary, other than what we discussed?
Go ahead, dude.
Oh, one of the things too was when they went back to the shot back in 88? No, was it 89, 90? No, 90.
You talking against the Cavs?
Yes, man.
No, it was 1990. No, 1989. 1989. Yep, it's 1989.
I still can't believe, like, dog, just the like, all right, you like for all these years we just that shot, you know what I'm saying? He hit the shot. We seen the breakdown videos on YouTube and everything, but now we getting the details, the inside details for what happened on the court, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ryan Harper was over there on that team too.
Yeah.
Too, and he said, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was guarding Jordan that night or whatever. And he said on that last second shot or whatever, coach was like, no, Ryan. Like, I'm gonna put Craig on him. And he was like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like and you already know, like, I ain't even trying to be funny, like, but they're like, dog, you go back and you look at that joke, like, then you see it, and then you hear the truth about it, like, dog, that was just poor coaching decision right there. Like, y'all could.
That was. I wonder if that coach got fired after that.
I wonder too. I wonder, like, how? Yeah, exactly. Because, like, dog,
I might do some research on that, bro.
That's a good.
I honestly don't know. I can look it up real quick. What's that? 88, 89 Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the way Michael Jordan shot the ball too, bro. It's like with the way when he went for the shot, he like hold it for a second and let Craig go past, and then he like released the shot. That shit crazy to me, bro.
The way he double pumped it and adjusted it in the air, like, bro, while fading, leaning in, bro.
Yeah.
Like, bro, your shot has to be on point for you to sit up there and really do some shit like that.
Oh, not
bro.
this coach, dog.
Who was that, bro?
Lenny Wilkens.
No.
I figured it was Lenny Wilkens. I just didn't want to say anything, but I can recall him being the Cavs coach, like in the early 90s, late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lenny come from an old school background too. You know what I'm saying? So that was unfortunate on Lenny. Wow.
Yeah, bro. Oh man. Yeah, that he was still with the Cavs until like 93.
Ooh.
Then of course he went to the Hawks. I remember him being a coach of the Hawks back in the day.
He was the all-time leading coach in wins, wasn't he, for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it took a while for, I think, who was that, Popovich to pass him up.
Right.
Yep. He passed who's that? Don Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
People sleep on Don Nelson too.
I know. I don't think he won a championship as a coach either. At least I don't think he did.
No, I think he won one. I think Don Nelson
won.
As a
player. One. Yeah, as a player he did, yep.
What would you I'm just asking y'all, like, what do y'all think is better, winning a player as a coach or as a player?
I'd say both. Shit.
Yeah.
I would say both. I think both championships is like a great accomplishment. Far as like Phil Jackson won altogether. He won 10 championships because he won the Lakers, right?
He won
He got 13, bro.
He got 13 total, because remember he won 2 as a player, 6 with the Bulls and 5 with the Lakers.
5 with the Lakers. Got it. Okay. I got that all messed up. I think
Go ahead.
I think for me, I would say both, but if I have to choose, I would say as a player, because like you the one who putting all this you want to put the work in. As a coach, all you gotta do is like facilitate the plays, dictate how the play is drawn and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as a player, you execute the play.
Yep.
Go ahead, Rob.
Oh no, I didn't want to cut you off, man. You finished? Go ahead.
No, I actually was finished.
Okay. I was just gonna say, man, I think it'd be so dope to win one as a player, dog. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in this time and age with all the perks that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the Instagram stuff, I hate to say it, groupies, the extra money you might get from endorsements and party promoting, and, you know, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that'd be dope personally, but, like, as a coach, like, we were just talking about Phil Jackson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And his nickname was, like, the Zen Master. And one thing, if you pay close attention, majority of all his players, you know what I'm saying, had some form of a respect and love for Phil, you know what I mean? But, like, on the flip side, I can be a coach. I could be a good coach on the outside, and my players might not respect me. Like, who was Denver coach again when Melo was there? I keep forgetting his name.
Carl.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
George
like
Karl,
they didn't respect George Karl. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of find out the Supersonics team in the 90s didn't too much respect him either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, on the outside, it was like, damn, he a good coach. He just can't get it in. But to a degree, to win a title, that means you won the respect of your team. You earn the respect of your players. Because sometimes we could be a championship team, but if y'all don't respect that coach, y'all not gonna give it y'all all. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, was it the same coach where DeMarcus Cousins was like mad at him because he wanted to trade him or some shit like that?
Wow, was it Darren? Was it what was it? Carl?
I could have sworn.
I want to say I think so, bro. I got to look it up, but I really don't think George Karl. Did he go over there?
I'll look it up for you. Hold on.
He was with Sacramento for that 1 year, but he said after that 1 year he wanted them to trade DeMarcus Cousins.
Hold on, give me 1 minute.
I mean, ultimately, I hate to say it, that ended up being the best move for him. It was bogus, but it still ended up being the best move for him.
Yeah. Do y'all think that the NBA season gonna start on time?
No. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about like start over. My bad. No. I honestly, I'm 50 with it, bro.
My bad. Yeah, you was right, CJ. That was George Karl with Kings in 2015-16.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember DeMarcus Cousins was discussing. I think a couple of years after he got traded, that George Karl wanted him to get traded or some shit like that. So I'm like, damn. Because, you know, they said he was I think, in my opinion, I think he's a good coach. But I think outside of, like, star players like Carmelo Anthony,
Gary Payton had a problem
he had a problem with him, you know. So I was like, damn, something's wrong with that. You know.
It's like sometimes you can't, like I was just saying previously, like, for instance, prime example, me and Darren was just talking about this yesterday or probably earlier today, I can't remember, with the Pistons when we had Larry Brown. And it's more like you could tell we were starting to lose respect with Larry Brown because he was too much of a dictator. You know, he wanted to run the plays 24/7. Every time it was a loose ball, he wanted to throw up and draw up a play and force Chauncey to play, quote unquote, the game the right way. And it's like when we got Flip Saunders, you know, you could tell the team to a degree felt a little bit better. You know, we was more loose on offense. And then what happened? We had seasons. But on the flip side, what Larry Brown bring to the table, Flip Saunders never did. in none of his teams, he never brought that to the table. He never knew how to draw up a play to save a game or to save a series. One thing I could take my hat off to Larry Brown, he knew how. So, in my opinion, if we would have added on Flip Saunders and kept Larry and added on Flip for like assistant coaching, maybe we would have did a little bit better. It would have been that equal balance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was just my opinion. You know, what about y'all?
Yeah, I agree with that. That did, you know what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong. I appreciated Larry more for the defense or whatnot. Love Flip, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He had us, you know, turned up that year, 68 wins. You know, it was a great year. But when it came down to the playoffs, Pistons was out of gas, and then you see the problem of what Larry Brown was trying to, you know what I'm saying, instill and trying to like hold him at leash a little bit on shooting some of the threes and not. And you go back to that Heat series, letting that boy fly, and it was hurting so bad, man.
Yeah.
And not playing no defense on Jason Williams. And like, oh my God. And he was coming off the like he was start. Yeah, he finally started and whatnot. But just to see, like, you know, and Jason Williams is a baller and whatnot. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
He one of the flashiest passes I ever seen, bro.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Had a nice handle, you know what I'm saying? Had a nice game. But
right.
I take Chauncey Billups over him. I'm just being honest.
Oh yeah, anytime. Because Jason Williams not a scorer.
Yeah, he's not.
You need scorer more than better than a passer. You know what I'm saying?
And like Chauncey, you had that size. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to post him up. You were supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Taking him, killing him, and he wasn't doing that. It's like Jason Williams just got off on him, and bro, he went like I remember, like it hurt so bad. I remember it. Like bro, he went 100% for the field. I believe he went 9 for 9 or 10 for 10 field or something like that, like 21 points.
Yep, it was something crazy. I remember
something crazy like that. Yeah, I remember that.
But like I was saying with the Flip offense or whatnot, he, you know what I'm saying, prior to that, throughout the season, you know, Pistons was off the chain. You know, we was playing our little defense, getting the outlet. I remember that year on 2K, all them niggas had the three, everybody except for Ben Wallace. You know, all them niggas 3-point rating was highest at a 3-point for guys. So that's ridiculous. Like,
I used to love playing that team too, bro.
Yeah, man. People used to hate that, bro. Picking the Pistons, man. These lock shit down. But to also add on to the to like I was saying to the Jordan story when I come back to that, just to see that poor coach decision was just like it was just crazy, man. Like why would you put this guy who really not doing so great? You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no coach or nothing like that, but just, I don't know, common sense to me. If I got somebody who, all right, you may not be stopping, but you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, change his game a little bit or something like that. I'm sticking to my game. You know what I'm saying? It always, and my granddaddy taught me that a long time ago. Once you stick to your game plan, once you change your game plan up, but at the last second or something like that, it's not going to be right. You know what I'm saying? Especially on something that's risky.
Like me, I honestly don't think he's gonna make a difference if he got Ron Hubbard on him or not. I still gonna think he's gonna get the jump shot and win the game still. But I think Ron would like at least alter the shot maybe a little bit. Because I think Michael Jordan, he was determined that year to like I want to get us to like to the championship at least. You know what I'm saying? So don't get me wrong, Ron Harper is a great defender. But I still think Michael Jordan would have had that shot, regardless. But the coach decision, he's a Hall of Fame coach. Don't get me wrong. He is like one of the greatest coaches of all time. But I think that was a bad decision. And I think if somebody interviewed him right now and asked him what was his biggest regrets, I think that's going to be one of his regrets right there. To have Craig Eglo or something? Elo. Craig Elo guarding Michael Jordan. That's the worst decision ever. And Craig Elo is not a good defender.
No.
I guess he's trying to give him a chance or something. I don't know. But I'm waiting for the episode 5 and 6. So that's all I'm waiting on, bro.
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be lit, man. You know, to see, especially you know what I'm saying, like them trying to change. They changed the game plan against the Jazz, man, and the Jazz is already, you know what I'm saying, they on their way up. You know what I'm saying. Trying to get their ring too, and shit. They were scary. You know what I'm saying. They took out a lot of great teams too. You know.
Oh yeah, because you can't beat the pick and roll Stockton Malone, bro.
Mm-mm.
And like Karl Malone's like one of my favorite power forwards of all time.
Oh yeah,
the mailman. So even though Rob gonna think he a coon, I think he a coon too. But I'm saying like, you know.
Oh yeah, basketball.
I didn't say nothing. I'm chilling.
You know what I'm saying? Basketball wise, you know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a player. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got down with the grimy and dirty too, hitting people with L.
Oh yeah, man, he was strong than a motherfucker too, bro.
Man,
yeah. He was a physical forward too. People forget that.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little finesse to his game, like he could fade and hit the little mid range shot. But he was powerful.
That fadeaway was like out cold, bro.
Yep.
I hated it, man, because that's what it was. Like that style of play, that pick and roll. It was so boring, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was effective though. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's effective to the day. I think it's effective to this day because a lot of teams run that pick and roll, or pick and pop. They don't do a lot of pick and pops, but like, well, today we do a lot of pick and pops, but like back in the days, it was just only but pick and roll.
The way that Utah did it, it was ugly though. It was boring, but it was effective. It was like, damn, 90% this pick.
Especially John Stockton, you know what I'm saying? His game's so boring to me, but he was very effective because he can pass the ball for the best of them, and he can play. He's I call him an underrated defender. He's one of the greatest steals, huh? Because a lot of people think he's an underrated, huh?
Ain't he the all-time steals leader?
Yeah, he's the all-time steal leader.
The all-time steal leader, bro. You can't take that away from the defender, bro.
I'm saying he's underrated because like people saying like I was saying out of people like fans wise because people take his defense for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen it too because he's a off ball pest, bro. He's a pest, bro.
Dirty.
I'm gonna ask both you fellas this question. I think I asked Darren earlier this, but I want to like before we get off the subject, or how much time we got left, CJ?
Let's see. We got not too long ago. We got like 20 more minutes.
Okay, good. I just wanted to ask you guys this question because I want to like not a big deep dive on, you know what I'm saying? Of course, clearly, you know what I'm saying, them walking off the court in 91, you know what I'm saying, the Bad Boys versus, you know what I'm saying, Jordan Bulls. And then I'm also about this question because the way Isaiah Thomas is saying basically is like them walking off the court, him not shaking their hands was one of the main reasons why he was left off the Dream Team. So I'm going to ask like a weird question here. If you sub John Stockton in those two final losses with Isaiah Thomas, do the Jazz win one of those titles or is it the same outcome? Because I'm gonna just give my opinion. I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna let you guys talk.
Go ahead.
John Stockton didn't show up in neither one of them finals. He didn't, and it's like for him to be the second, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote star on that team. And I'm not saying he was, you know what I'm saying, like an offensive player because he was a pass first point guard, but he had a great field goal percentage. He was almost a 50-40-90 guy. You see what I'm saying? And Western Conference Finals, I want to say both those years he stepped it up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Then for you to get into the finals and it's basically like you running. It's basically like you hiding. I don't think Isaiah Thomas would have hide. I think Isaiah Thomas was the type of point guard that the perfect combination on the floor, and he's going to get the team involved. He's going to know when to pass. He's going to know when to defend. He's going to know when to set picks. He's going to know when to get a charge, and he's going to know when to step it up. And I feel like a lot of the main reasons, on top of just Jordan being Jordan and that Bulls team being amazing, one of the main reasons why Utah lost both them years is because they just simply didn't have a second option on offense.
Exactly.
What do you guys feel?
I feel that as far as like the dream team, I think that I feel as though Isaiah could have been on the dream team because he was like on the top of his game back in 91, 92.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to like to pretty much like sub them out of the team, I think it's bullshit. I really don't think him walking off the court is the reason why he got left off the Olympic team. I guess it's because his mentality being with the bad boys can maybe contribute to him being get kicked off the team. Okay. And I think also because they also trying to put Michael Jordan as ambassador for the NBA. And they know Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan's relationship. And then also you also got to think about it too, because Isaiah Thomas was saying something about Magic Johnson as well. Having what HIV? I think so. That's probably one of the reasons why. And I really don't know why. I know Christian Laettner. He was one of the top college basketball players of all time, especially at that time. But I still think I don't know why they chose him over Isaiah Thomas to begin with.
Hold on. I just got to throw this in because you brought in that Christian Laettner. Then I'm going to let Darren go in.
Okay.
Shaq or Chris Webber should have been in Christian Laettner's spot, dog.
Yeah. I think so. I think Chris Webber way better than Christian Laettner, to be honest with you.
But maybe it was in hindsight that I'm looking at it. Maybe.
But
a lot felt like Christian Laettner was going to come in and be like the next great white hope, for the 90s after –
like Larry Bird.
Right, basically, right. But what you think, dude?
Man, like, don't get me wrong. He's like, he was a great college player, bro. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's you can't take that for granted. You go back and you watch that 30, I think they had like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. Him and Grant Hill on Duke. They had a great run that season. But and he hit a hell of a shot, man. That was as far as hell. You know what I mean?
He did.
Ice the game and whatnot. He had that game, played dirty and whatnot. He just didn't like him. And then when he came into the fucking NBA, oh my God, it's trash, man. Trash
as hell, dog.
Trash.
Also, Darko Milicic shit.
Super Darko. He was the forefather of Darko, dog.
Bro, he was trash as a motherfucker, dog. But I thought maybe, if they had like another roster spot open, they should have gave it to Isaiah Thomas. But I kind of think about it now, like he was talking shit about Magic Johnson, HIV status, and he also talked about his hate for Michael Jordan and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't think it was about the HIV per se. It was, and I don't mean to cut you off, bro. It was I think he had said something like, you sleeping with men or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They fell out of that. Because you remember, like, in the crazy, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Say that, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You and him used to kiss on the lips, you know what I'm saying, for the game. You go back to watch.
Hey, Darren. Hey, pick your phone up towards you a little bit because your audio going out.
Oh, my bad, man. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little clear.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, Isaiah was foul for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you say that about him, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with men or whatever, but you and him used to kiss on the lips before games and whatnot because y'all was that close, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, and they was boys. That was the thing about it. They was real family and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying, that was unfortunate for Magic and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? It's I think it was more so along the lines of that, you know what I'm saying, that beef, and also along with the beef he had with Jordan, that stemming way back with the what was that, the 85 All-Star game or something like that when they tried to freeze out Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was you know what I'm saying, all that, and then on top of that, the bad boys play. You know, they wasn't trying to be, you know what I'm saying, being over there and overseas, you know what I'm saying, beating other teams up and stuff like that. They was trying to ball on them.
Right, exactly.
It's funny to me because that team was coached by Chuck Daly, though.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's more like the politics, you know, the personal, and like Darren was saying, like it could have been that. It could have been a Magic Johnson, because I'm seeing on a lot of different outlets today that they basically that. I think John Sally saying it like it wasn't really Jordan, it was more Magic Johnson that kept him off the team than Jordan at that time. And I feel like it's unfortunate because, like, in hindsight, yes, we like, you know what I'm saying, John Stockton, we respect him. In the 90s, he was one of the best, you know what I'm saying, point guards. But at that point in the 80s, he wasn't. By the time 92 came strolling around, Isaiah Thomas, clearly Magic Johnson was just those two guys, you know. They won championships. They was in the last 5 or 6, you know, finals. Well, Magic was in, the last 4 or 5 finals. And Isaiah Thomas was in at least 3 of the last 6, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you reward the players who showed up for that decade for something like that, period. And you got to sometimes swallow your pride and ego.
Right.
They was going to win regardless.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all right, we left you out because we felt like you was going to lose. Look at that team. Hell, Charles Barkley, my bad, was the MVP of that squad, basically.
Charles Barkley, I like that.
Oh man,
I got David.
Yeah, he was. What Charles Barkley was an MVP? What, 93?
Well, he was coming into the If you go back and watch them games of the Dream Team, Charles was going crazy.
And man, he was
the best stats. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, us as a team, and like the next season, he was the MVP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was going nuts, bro. And I was about to ask y'all this one question. I can't even think what I was about to ask. It was like basketball related, but it'll come back to me. I ain't worried about it. But yeah, they would have did it without Isaiah Thomas. I believe it. But I think that it would have been cool to have a Piston on there, actually, you know.
Well, we had Chuck Daly.
I mean, he's a coach. You know, he's not a player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's true. That's true.
Bad man on that board, regardless. Like, that's one thing that always gets swept under the world when it comes down to like the bad boys. They try to make it seem like our whole team only won because we was dirty. No, Chuck was a bad man, drawing up some amazing plays. You know, he was a good ass coach, and
he was.
Why he was the put it like this: if that was the case, Pat Riley should have been the Dream Team coach.
Exactly.
It was doing getting Chuck. They knew.
Mm-hmm. They could have had him, Phil Jackson, whatever. You go on and on.
Phil Jackson was kind of like unproven at that time. You know, he was only a coach for about 2 years or something like that. So, but throughout the 80s, you had Chuck. You had, you know, I keep forgetting Boston's coach name, but you had him. You know, and mainly Pat Riley. You know, he was the face of the 80s, Pat Riley, you know. So
mm-hmm. Right. So I'm trying to see what else we're gonna talk about before I go talk about our recommendations for the movies and stuff. This mostly for like Darren, because I asked you already, Rob, on the previous 2 episodes. You know any other ways to make money during the quarantine?
Oh, man, there's various ways you can make money during the quarantine right now, man. It's depending on where you want to go, man. It's legal, illegal, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to suggest illegal and whatnot, but, hey, you know what I'm saying? You got to get it how you live and whatnot, man, you know. Honestly, shoot, the positive way, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? What I'm doing right now, like I say, is filling out these different job apps, man, trying to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Online gaming, that's another way you can do it right now too, especially if you got your little niche for something right now. You better find you some type of gaming league to get into, and you know what I'm saying, go from there.
Okay.
I
feel that.
That's one way.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. one way I see too, man, these females is getting off of just OnlyFans, man. They is killing the game with that right now, dog. Like,
Yes,
man,
dog.
I'm saying,
Bro, I said that last episode, dog.
man, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not with the, you know what I'm saying, with the, no, you know what I'm saying? People say I'm slut shaming and whatnot, but hey, I'm not with the whore movement and whatnot. But hey, ladies, you know, get it how you live, you know what I'm saying? And do your thing and whatnot too. You know, it is what it is.
It's the wave now, dog.
Hey, man, for real, man. That junk is crazy, man. You see, little simple chicks even got that junk now, man. Like, come on now, man. Like, damn.
You said who?
Little, you know what I'm saying? Little regular chicks and stuff got it now, man. Like, man.
Bro.
I remember, I hate to cut you off, but I'm gonna add into that conversation about the OnlyFans, right? I want to say about maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, I had went back to Twitter. Now, I ain't been on Twitter. Like, I be on there like here and there, but not like as I should have been. You know what I mean? Definitely like promoting a lot of my different little venues and stuff like that. So I went back to Twitter, and I forget I was following a tread on there. You know what I mean? I think I'm saying it right. And basically it was a little porn star bitch breaking it down. She was basically saying, like, when I was doing regular movies and DVDs, I was probably getting paid anywhere between like $100 to like maybe $400 or $500 a scene. But now with OnlyFans, I'm clocking in anywhere between like $15,000 a month. And I'm like, whoa. Then I had to think about it. There's a lot of people out here who like paying that little $10 a month to see, you know what I'm saying, they new content. A lot of these porn stars, they leaking up, you know what I mean? And this basically like they independent game. Like, remember we used to say in music, the money is independent. Yeah, you can sell 1 million copies and don't have as much money as somebody who was independent, who ain't never even went gold, you know, and that's what that is, you know, the OnlyFans. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Like, it's crazy. You know, they coming up. I ain't mad at them. Do your thing, like Darren said. I'm not personally paying for that shit long as Pornhub is free, but y'all do your thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, cats is wild. Y'all really paying for this shit? Like, dang. Like, I mean, hey.
I know it's like $3-4 a month, but I ain't paying that.
Man.
Oh, baby, like she broke it down. On certain videos, be a little bit more. Like, if you want to, like, if you got a special request, like let's say her and another girl or some shit, that video go be like $20. Then you got to pay the $20 to see that. So they coming up on that, you know.
Oh, hell no. Nah.
It's for real, man.
Like, yeah, you paid $20 for this video. I'm like, $20?
I ain't gonna say no names, but Darren knows what I'm talking about.
I'm like, you better put that shit on Pornhub for free, bitch.
Hey,
look out of here.
I ain't gonna say no names, but my man's Darren knows exactly who I'm talking about. We know a cat. That's all I'm gonna say. Who paid, I think, $10 a month to see Capri Styles motherfucking goddamn OnlyFans, and all she doing on there is showing naked pictures, dog. She ain't fucking nobody, doing nothing. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't gonna throw him under the bus, bro. But do the math.
Oh man, I mean Capri Styles, she fine and all, but not on $10 a month. Nah, I'm good.
Nigga, you can go to your Google search right now, type in Capri Styles and go to images.
Or you go
the same $10 a month.
Or you go to her Twitter page.
Right. Or like you said, just go on the Twitter page and whatnot. It's all there. Like, I couldn't believe that jump, man. I went back on Twitter like a couple of months ago. And I was like, and it's just like, damn, you go on that junk shit. You might as well go on there. Fuck Pornhub. Shit, that shit raw as hell on there now.
Like I said, I got back on Twitter, and that's when I found out with OnlyFans and the porn game, and the Twitter then took over with the porn stars and the videos and shit, dog. That's their hood, bro.
That's how I found out about OnlyFans was that. No, I think it was through YouTube, but not YouTube. Instagram. Yeah, because I think somebody had it on their bio and shit.
Man,
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then
I'm seeing that junk right now, bro. Like, I just scroll it down Instagram and I see that bullshit so much. Yeah, click the link in the bio. No, I don't want to click the link in the bio.
What I like about it is some of the females that I was following that were just cool females, not motherfucking soliciting that bullshit. You know what I mean? A lot of them not even really sexy like that. Like, yeah, like, all right, sweetie, you got some decent looking titties. I ain't gonna say they big, but they decent looking. I'm not about to pay $10 a month to see these motherfuckers, man. Like, go on, man.
Niggas paying $10 for feet pages, bro. Like that shit is hilarious to me, bro. Like, no, I can't take that's an L, bro. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? Like feet, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? We go all grown. Everybody got their different fetishes. I don't judge nobody, nothing like that. But
man, nah, man. I'm judging you if you spend $10 a month to watch somebody toes, B.
Right.
I'm judging,
bro, man. Like you damn, look at that bad. Go on YouTube or some shit. Yeah, look at feet, like.
Right.
You better.
It's a few feet. It's a few feet pages. It's a few feet pages on Instagram. They post for free, like shit. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love feet and all, but I ain't gonna jack off on no damn feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a whole L, bro. That's a
whole L. You.
It's some weird. When I say it's some weird, oh man, I'm gonna just say it's some weird fetishes. Dog. Put it like that. Dog. People is into some weird shit out here. People. I mean, fellas, man, it's crazy, dog.
It is, dog. What do you think is the weirdest fetish, though?
Man, go ahead, dear. I don't even want to get into it.
Man, weirdest, man. Like anything with bodily secretions, dog. Like, nah, bro. Like I can't get down with that shit, man. Like,
you said what again?
Anything with bodily secretions, like pissing and shit. Nah, I can't. That's just wild, bro. Like,
yeah.
They got some weird fetishes, man. I'm telling you, dog. It's some. I don't even want to get into it. I ain't gonna say my girl, female I used to talk to, dog, like early last decade, maybe 2011, 2012-ish. Probably, 2011 for sure, dog, because I remember this is before Bron even won the motherfucking championship. She showed me some shit, dog. Oh, man, dog. People got some, like, fuckers fucking, like, fetishes, period blood, and, man, like Darren just hitting, and it's some weird shit, man.
I know y'all remember motherfucking what's that shit? The internet when the like on all wow.
You talk Two Girls One Cup?
Yeah, bro. That shit was wild, bro.
That shit was wild. I remember that. I was my first year in college. I think I was my first year in college.
That's how that shit started, man. I think my man from college put me up on that shit too, dog. Like, man,
everybody in college was talking about that, dog. Everybody.
Man, that shit was like 07, dog, or maybe 08, because I remember I was working at, and there was a website it was on. It wasn't even called that, and they kept like type in this website when you go home, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, man, type the website, and it was just two females there and shit like that, dog. I'm like, okay, what is this, nigga? Within 10 seconds, that shit went left, bro.
Exactly. Hey, do you watch the whole thing?
You, dog, because it's like it start out nice, like okay, all right. Then you just get horrified.
Hey, do you watch the whole thing though?
Yeah, I had no other choice. I was committed at that point, man. Like,
right, exactly. You was into that point because it's like this is some wild shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how, bro? How?
Didn't they go to jail or some shit after that, dog? Or was
I don't remember.
Okay, I think that must have been a rumor.
Shoot, I ain't heard anything about them since, so I don't know.
Like, thank God, man.
I'm gonna say this to try to ease off this subject a little bit to piggyback off what y'all was just talking about how you make money. One thing that can be a good money right now, whatever merchandise you got, if you out here, a rapper, singer, like even us with our podcast, just like trying to do the merch gear right now because like UPS and things like that, they still, you know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't overcharge the people, man, because like a lot of people going through it right now. Even with the little $1,200, that's still not enough, man, because unemployment ain't went through to a lot of Americans right now. Some got it, still waiting. I see a lot of people on my timeline almost in tears, and I feel bad for him every day, and I pray for him every day. So it's an unfortunate situation, but like, try to reasonably sell some merchandise. You know what I mean? If you got some music, feel like this is a time to try to sell some music. So if you're a producer, I feel like it's the perfect time to like throw out some bundles. You know what I mean? Maybe buy two, get one free or something like that. Just get on that basically.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Especially to add on what you're saying, bro. Especially at this time right now, bro. It's an excellent time, especially like if you want music or any type of art or anything like that. To hop on, you know what I'm saying? Do what you do your magic, and put it on the internet because everybody got their phone in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Promote yourself the best way you can.
Right. And for me, I give a couple of these ladies a shout out. My sister Alessia, she making money off of like making like lip gloss and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
She making killer money off that shit. Surprisingly, I'm like, damn, people buying that shit. But yeah, she making that money off that shit, man. And then, I know you remember this, Rob. We had a guest come in, like it was a married couple. My friend.
They was promoting their book.
Yeah, her book. Yeah. So she had a class with cause she do like graphics and shit. She do graphic design, and she making logos and flyers and shit like that.
Okay.
So she doing that, and then she had like a class where like an online class where you could she teach you how to make them and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
She made a lot of money off that, and then she doing something with the smoothies and shit like that. So she started to make money off that as well. So it's so many ways to like hustle, get a little side hustle while you got a little job here. You know what I'm saying? If you want to cut grass, do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people venture off into the world too, because like a lot of people losing family members and it's scaring them. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
Had a former coworker. She just lost her father and auntie, like all within 48 hours of this because of this virus. So it's a scary thing,
Yeah, I feel you, man. Man, you gotta be safe out here, man. I won't even go in the grocery store without my mask on. So shit, anywhere without a mask on. But still, like, I'll be seeing people. Every time I go somewhere, I still see people like not wearing their masks and shit like that. All lollygagging. I'm like, man, hell nah, fuck that shit. I ain't trying to catch this shit.
It's always gonna be that percentage of people who really ain't gonna take it as serious as everybody else until it hit them personally. And sometimes you might lack up and be like, oh damn, I forgot my mask. You know what I mean? But I just feel like if you're going somewhere like a Walmart or something like that, and it's guaranteed can be still like up to 20 plus people or maybe 50 plus people because the Walmart itself is big. Try to at least protect yourself, man, because you never know what other people got.
Exactly.
Even if you're the cleanest person and you the healthiest person, this virus that wherever it came from, it's hopping on people's clothes, it's hopping on people's shoes, it's hopping on whatever. You know what I mean? It's
airborne.
It's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah, you don't even have to really have it to carry it either. That's the crazy thing about it too, like you say, it's about people clothes, different items and material and stuff like that. And it's, you try to stay safe and whatnot, man. You know what I'm saying? I put my on. Like Rob said, sometimes I catch myself laughing and I gotta put my mask on when I'm walking to the store or whatever. I try to spray things on and whatnot as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Just to stay safe, man. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, man. And it's just like we just want everybody to stay safe, man. Period. You know what I'm saying? Overall.
That's true. All right, I'm gonna ask this last thing before we get up out of here. I know we said this is the last part we usually do on the last part of the episode. What movies y'all been watching lately?
Movies? Well, actually,
shows?
I haven't really been like watching nothing new. I went back and I started back for some strange reason. I went back and started back watching Martin.
Okay.
I'm saying that's one of them shows that's like highly underrated. You know what I mean? That and of course Phil. I said Phil. You know what I mean?
Fresh Prince.
I was watching like season 1 and 2 of Martin, like right when it was mainly focused in on like Gina and Martin more. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very underrated, man, that they gave him. He was, what, 25, 24, or something like that. He was young. And they gave him creative control. And I feel like that's amazing, man. We need to start having, like, these companies and stuff like that to start giving some of these actors, actresses, or comedians more creative control. Because sometimes you can get something special like Martin.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was oh no, you ain't done it, right?
Oh no, go ahead.
So I was watching Boys in the Hood. That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. And John Singleton, it is, bro. John Singleton, when he directed the movie, he was 21, 22, fresh out of college.
Yep, he was young.
He was young. And Ice Cube was like 23, 24 at the time. So like just to see like how the movie was and how it translates to today's society, I think it's like, especially for John Singleton to have a creative mindset at 21, 22 to make that movie, I think it's crazy, man. I think it's like, but it shows that no matter how old you are, man, it's like, as long as you have the creative mindset, you like beyond your years, you can do it. And I think that was amazing. And then also, I did watch like a lot of like Fresh Prince, Blackish. What's that other show I've been watching? I've been watching the Wayans Brothers too, bro, a lot.
Man,
that's like another one of those underrated shows as well too.
I think just to add in on the Wayans Brothers, I think soon as it starts to really get good, I think if I'm not mistaken, John Witherspoon, was that his name? I think
Witherspoon, yeah.
They start having problems with WB as far as like creativity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He was like, their ratings was up, but they was treating them like they was like losing ratings, and their ratings was up, and they wanted them to basically like clean up their act. And he looking at it like, compared to a lot of comedies, we got like one of the most corny shows. You know what I mean? And they wanted it to be a little bit more appealing to a quote unquote white America. So it's crazy out here, man.
Yeah,
it is. They still doing that junk to this day.
I was about to say that they're still doing it to this day.
Wow, man.
How about I think you said something. You did say something, Darren, did you?
Shoot, I was about to say they still doing that junk to this day, man. Like look, they deal with the Boondocks, man, and look how so much of a struggle to get that TV right now. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to take Aaron McGruder, creativity away. He ain't putting, and when we mean creativity, we don't mean, you know what I'm saying, putting out the art form or anything like that. We mean keeping it real on certain subjects and whatnot. Put the truth out there. God, honest truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when we get started getting that stuff, we get to hitting home and whatnot, man, they don't like that, man.
Hell nah. Yeah, they don't like it at all. And then man, I love Boondocks. That's like one of my favorite shows of all time, bro. And they was talking about rebooting that show too, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Man, it's taking too long, bro. They was talking
way
about that like
too long.
3-4 years.
About 3 years now, right?
Yeah.
That kind of remind me of what's that rapper name? He supposed to have an album like 10 years ago, but he pushed back every like 2-3 years and shit like that.
Hi, Jay Electronica, dog.
Yeah, dog.
I'm sleep.
All right, I'm gonna say this before we get up out of here. My recommendation is for Jay Electronica, dog. During this quarantine, my brother.
Man.
Hear this by the grace of God. In this quarantine, my brother, please try to release something of you. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I didn't like, you know what I'm saying, the project you just came out with Jay-Z. I'm not gonna say it was good. I'm not gonna say it was bad. But what I'm gonna say is to throw in somebody like a Jay-Z when we've been looking for you, a project from you for over 10 years, bro. don't try to cheat code us. Like don't try to cheat code. They was deeming you as the one. Regardless if you said it yourself, this is the stigma that was put onto you that you never denied. And I'm not saying you have the ability, because you do. You do have the lyrical ability. So please, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, please come out with something. It don't have to be long. It could be just 8 songs. But come out with a body of work that I can say, you know what, I can finally judge this on you. I don't want to say this album because I like all Jay-Z verses and I only like 2 of yours, or vice versa. That's not fair on either one of y'all. You know, and I get it. Raekwon and Ghostface did that 20, 25 years ago. But guess what, man? They was a part of a whole group called the Wu-Tang Clan. Majority of all their albums was like that. Everybody's first album. This is not what it is, man.
Exactly. Now, me, as far as like music, I'm gonna listen to a lot of DMX, Outkast. I did listen to a lot of new music and stuff. It's not really rap. It's like also like alternative, like R&B and shit like that. These new artists, man, they like very creative as far as like they lyrics and like they beats and shit like that. Very creative, man.
Oh yeah.
I might have shared that playlist. Yeah, I'm gonna share that playlist on the on Instagram, but I think it's like really cool. But that's all I've been like watching and listening for right now. So you got any music you want to recommend before we get out of here, Darren?
Music, man, I've really been going back to, you know what I'm saying, just like listening to some old shit, man. You know what I'm saying? My Pacs, my Biggies, you know, like Rob said, the Wu-Tang, a lot of Snoop. I'm banging a lot of Wiz Khalifa lately. Currency. Yeah, I just downloaded Currency, just all his. But to touch on what you were saying too about, you know what I'm saying, these new artists, you know what I'm saying, they got some nice beats. You know, it's like they got some great quality beats out here too. Leaping on these young producers and whatnot, man. Like a Mustard, Metro Boomin, you know what I'm saying? These cats, you know what I'm saying? They doing their day, man.
Yeah.
I watched Extraction the other day. It was fire, bro. Y'all gotta watch that, bro. Y'all got to watch that, bro.
Oh yeah, that's on my. I put it on my to watch list on Netflix. Extraction and Outer Banks.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see. I'm hearing it was really good, so I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, bro, it's fire, bro. You gotta watch that. GoldenEye. I watched GoldenEye the other day, bro. That junk that's still a good film movie, bro. For real, man.
It is.
So, and I was instantly thinking about the game, bro. That game was classic, bro. It revolutionized video game.
Becoming the cheat code forever, dog.
Man.
Right. So we about to get up out of here. Before we get up out of here, we on the radio airwaves right now. So we gonna be recording like every Sunday and some Fridays. What I gotta do is I gotta download this app called Station Head, and then type in 3 Raw Radio or 3 Raw. And we should be on there. You can follow us, and then you can listen to us. There's also, let's see, subscribe to us on YouTube. 3 Raw Podcast. We got a lot of interesting stuff coming up. Well, after all this bullshit is over with, follow us on Twitter, 3 Raw Podcast 1, and on Instagram, 3 Raw _podcast. And that's about it. So thank you for listening again. This is CJ.
So man's Rob.
It's your boy D-Wall.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, fellas.
Yes, sir. And this is 3 Raw. There you go.
Out the motherfucking mud with it. Out the motherfucking mud with it. Out the the